Alright, welcome back. All I've done is flip the plane around. So now the tail's facing the camera so you can see it a little bit better. It's all dried. This is the next day. It's pretty much set up the same way as it was before. I did go and cut these, the end of these off. I haven't done anything else. That's the only thing I've ever done is just cut these off. So they're flush here, flush on the front of the firewall. And these ones that come up on an angle where the cockpit is, I cut those off. That's the only thing I've done. I have dry fit this, but now I'm gonna get ready to glue it. And I don't, he has a few not videos, but a few pictures online of this. And he actually he used these, but he has 2 of them. Well, I only have 1. I don't have another one, didn't come in the kit. So I'm gonna have to make it. They go right there because your elevator control rod that goes to the 2 elevators goes through here, and I don't have it. So I don't have the other one. So I'm gonna make them out of G10. Not supposed to be here sometime today. So I'm gonna put this tail together. We got F14 back here, and then the very tail F15. We got the sides. So I have my paintbrush. Well, I got it over here. My paintbrush here. Start gluing this back together. Let's see if we can get this all together and get this tail section done. Let's get this done. Get these stringers across here. Get these all strung back. Some of them I looked at. I think we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to splice some. I think it's 1 for each side. It's gonna have to get spliced together because the 1/4 by 1/4 isn't long enough. It's over 3 feet. And there was only 1 more stick that came in the kit, or 1/4 by 1/4 for this. I didn't have enough in the kit. I had to go buy some. I went to Hobby Lobby and bought some. And then I stopped by the local hobby store and they had it for cheaper. Almost half of what Hobby Lobby wanted it for. I just don't know if he just hasn't updated his pricing. But I bought it all again there from him at the hobby store. And I guess it doesn't hurt to have it. I mean, it's not that much money. It's like, I think at Hobby Lobby it was like $16 or something. Because I bought 8 of them. They were $2 a piece, and at the hobby store they were half of that for 8. So it's like $8 for 8 of them. So I mean, it's not that big a deal. It's not that whole lot of money. It's just a matter of fact that I had to go get them. And I don't know if you can see that my motor came in this morning. It is a SP400, ASP400, 5-cylinder radio. I think it's 165 something cc. I think 65.33 cc, something like that. I'm gonna run on this. Hope it's big enough. It's on the small end of the spectrum for this plane. They recommend anywhere from a 60 to 100, and that's 165. So hopefully it'll work. Hopefully it's good. At least I'm hoping. Probably not going to be a speed demon, which usually my warbirds aren't anyways. I have built a P51 60cc in the past and put a 26cc gas motor in it. It was really nose heavy, but actually it wasn't really extremely nose heavy. It was nose heavy, but it wasn't like overly nose heavy. And man, was that thing a rocket. I had retracts on it, everything. Just because it was only nitro planes, P51. It wasn't the fiberglass one. Actually, I'm not even sure if it was a nitro plane now I think about it. That one actually might have been a Value Hobby 60cc P51. I think it was a Value Hobby the more I think about it. But I don't know if I haven't even looked and see if Value Hobby is even around anymore. This COVID has really killed a lot of RC stuff. But I did, when I was at the hobby store, I was talking with the owner a little bit. I went up to Flint, Michigan to Riders. I think Riders Hobby. And I was talking with the owner a little bit there about this stuff, and he said the same thing. Nobody's building anymore. And he said actually even the whole plane thing has gone down. So I'm right in the camera anyway. Just gotta make sure we're still recording. But yeah, he was saying that the whole hobby as a whole, he hopes it comes back. But it's a lot of people are getting into the boats again, which I think that's happened in the past. I hope people get back into the planes. I like the planes. I got rid of all my trucks. I got the semi back there, the Grand Hauler. But I just built that. Let's see if we can get this together. Nice. put a piece of this in here. This one's getting dull, so I didn't use it to cut those on the front. Even though it would have been easier to do it with this. That'll work. Might have to sand this a little bit. Get some sandpaper with a hobby knife. I want to put a little bit on one side of it. I want to put on a little bit of an angle. Because that's not really square, flat. Something like pushing down, like tapering it. So it tapers back a little bit. And hopefully that'll go in there. So there's a rudder rod goes through this. This goes right here. And the rudder rod goes through that. So I might have to drill that back out a little bit, but that's okay. Just on his pictures, he doesn't show no support under here. He just has it buttoned up together. On his, he just has this just buttoned to that. I want a little bit more strength there. Put a piece of this balsa in there. It's adding a little bit of weight, but I want a little bit stronger than that. There's not a whole lot back here to hold this. This is a F26. Let's see if we can get this stuff. See where I want it. How much I'll be able to tape this. I really like to tape all this. Just does not want to stick. no good way to clamp that in there. So, I think I can even get anything in there. Really like no good way to hold this or nothing. Hold it from moving or try one of these. Don't want this weighed down. She knows her stuff in. Okay. These go from here. Oh, that's not the one. Here. All the way back. And see, it's a little bit shy. Alright. I want to join these two together. No, I don't need that long, but I'm going to just cut a piece off of it. Okay. And I have some parchment paper, wax paper here. I think just a little bit of CA shouldn't affect me too bad. Hopefully. Just trying to keep my face out of the way a little bit. Joined. Now back here. Let's go this way with it. Back here, it's a little bit of an angle. Slightly. I'm just going to use some sandpaper over the edge. Only about boss, it doesn't take much. You can put an angle on it. Might be better if I actually had a sanding block instead of using a piece of paper. But this is going to snap in here. You know, right there we go. Right. And snap that in. Just dry fitting it. Tight to the tail. So right here. I'm actually gonna cut this. Cut it up to the other side. Okay. this is going to add more strength to this back. Once it dries, it'll stiffen it all up. Right on this. Inside, back. BT. Back top. Alright. Grab some glue leaves and I will glue this one up. There we go. I probably should have marked it so I knew where to glue on the stick, but I'm just going to put extra glue on here. I'll wipe it off. Get this all full of glue. Put a little glue on the back, it butts to the back. Back top. Right. Do this. Okay. Up. Do a little bit around the edges. Go. Get this back side of this. Alright. That one's done. And see these dowels, I can spin them. See, I know there's a pole. It's not a pole, there's a rod that goes to the rudder back here that I bought. This is the one I bought. A golden rod, control rods, nylon, the black and gold, 517. This is the yellow inner, and that's the tube that goes to in the ends and stuff. This is the one I bought. The reason is the red ones, you get the red and the clear, I think, or white inner and a red outer. Those ones have a tendency of flexing. I use those on Dusty, and they seem like you get in between here, and if you put a lot of push on it, it'd want to flex and bend. So I'm hoping this one here it's a lot stiffer. They had the other one there. This one's a lot stiffer. I know it's bigger, heavier. but they're only 36 inches long, 3 foot long, and by the time you get from here, it's like barely long enough. I don't know if you planned it that way. I mean, by the time you get your things on the ends, there's not a whole lot of play there. So for the rudder servo, I might have to actually put another servo tray back here behind the other servo tray to get the rudder back, so those rods will make it. But I can, because you have to put that rod in if that's what you're going to use before you put the covering on, before you cover all this, because otherwise how are you going to get that in there? I guess you could try to reach into from way up here to back there, but that's going to be a pain. That would be a pain to reach back that far. So that's the whole reason I got it, is so I can put that in. But I also got to have the rudder wire and controls, and I ordered that a few days ago because when I ordered that G10, I ordered it at the same time. But that might not be here till next week. And I actually looked for another one at Strider's when I was there, and they didn't have any of it. Because he has a Pacific one that he wants you to use, it looks like. He didn't say the one that I see in the plans back here. And it says to use, there's only like one that fits that description. Because he doesn't have the exact number that he used for it. Again. All glued together. Not fast. That's what's nice about CA, but if you're not allergic to it or have a reaction to it, like I do. Alright, same thing. I'll put a little taper in the back of it. Sanding block up here. It's not there. Well, there it is. A little rougher sandpaper. Let's wrap this one around it. All right. I got a little bit of, see, I'm only putting a little, really little taper on it, just a little bit, just so that angle back here. I realize you guys can't see that very well. Right back here, yeah, inside there. So try to get this across here, in here. I have to reach across the table here. probably gonna have to flip this around because there's no way I can glue it like that. All right, trying to do this so you guys can see what I'm doing. Just put some re-gluing again. I don't know if this piece of Corsair just didn't cut it straight or glue it together straight on that 45 down there, but even right here it's fine now. Pop back out. So I'll put a little clamp on it. Don't need a whole lot of tension, it's enough to hold it in. I get it to stay. Does not want to stay. Try this way. There we go. I don't want to put a whole bunch of tension on it because it's just balsa. It's soft. Get the sides in. All right. Get out of the camera. Get out of the camera, Dan. Yeah, if you know somebody who'll probably be interested in this shit, make sure you share it with them. Share the videos with them. If you think they'll be interested in doing something like this. Right here, just sandpaper again. See how this works. Come out pretty good. So on that side. I'll cut that off later, like I did the other, this one. Let's glue that in there. Trying to stay out of the camera, so. Okay. Sticker on that one. It's a little bit too far. I have to plug that one too. wife said I talked too much on the last video. She said she never seen me talk so much. So, I'm trying not to talk too much on this one. If you wonder why I'm not talking so much on this one, that's why. I actually edited some of the video out with the last one because YouTube probably would have flashed it. I was talking about some of my stuff that I've done, jobs I've had in the past. I guess I'm going to leave it at that. They want you to do stuff that you really shouldn't do. Places. Goes back to the whole, if you watch my band video of my ground strut going bad, back to like that. Nobody knows how to repair stuff anymore. They don't know how to get a test light out and ohm meter and actually figure out what's wrong with stuff. If a computer doesn't do it, can't figure it out and tell them what's wrong, they forget how to fix stuff. Pretty much what I need there. Without mentioning any names or places. Alright. So the rear tail sections together mostly. There's some more that I gotta put. There's one here that goes to here. And then these stop here and go forward. Those gotta get done. Just has to dry. Cut these off, and then I'll probably flip it over, and maybe I'll drill another hole so I can keep the front end off the ground and set the back on. Set it down onto this, on the table, or wherever to try to keep it somewhat level. So then I can put all these in. These gotta go in down underneath here. I don't think that's the right one for there. I think that goes up there, but you know what I mean. These gotta go in here, up underneath. And I'll get that all set up, and then let this dry first, get that set up, and then I'll be back.